Hello everybody, welcome to the Michigan Home Guard Fire Starting tutorial. Today I'm going to teach new members the tools and knowledge they need in order to be able to consistently start a fire. And the knowledge and tools you acquire from this video will help you to go to a Michigan Home Guard meeting and achieve your fire starting certificate. So I'm going to go over what I have right here real quick, and then I'll show you how to start a fire. So we have water and a fire extinguisher. You always got to have some sort of fire suppression when you're doing this. If you are in the field at a meeting, you should have extra canteens set aside beside your drinking water for this exercise. Okay, and once you're ready to start your fire, you want to gather all the firewood you're going to need to be able to burn long enough to boil a canteen cup of water. So I've got 3 different sizes of sticks here. We'll start off with the smallest and then work our way up. And then I've got pine needles and leaves. These just represent things in nature. This could also be dried grass. It could be a lot of different things. Just something you source from nature to be your tinder. And I have a little bit bigger sticks here, and some different size rocks, bark, and an old rotted waterlogged piece of wood. Any of those items would be good to put down as a platform to start your fire on if you're having to do it on wet ground. Or let's say maybe it's winter time, you got to clear all the snow away real quick. You want to put something down to get burning in order to protect your fire, and then as that fire heats up, it will evaporate all the water under there. So that's the purpose for these different items. Let me show you what Michigan Home Guard requires you have for fire starting. I carry all these things on my vest. I have other items that I do carry inside my backpack, but if I ever have to ditch my pack, I still want to have stuff on me. So here we have Vaseline cotton swabs. You're required to have these. This is just an old pill bottle. I wrap it in duct tape in case the bottle breaks. I'm not going to get Vaseline all inside my gear. You're required to have a magnesium fire starter. This is the plain Jane one. Nothing special about it. I took an old hacksaw blade and cut it off and attach it to it. This is not required by MHG. This is fat wood. This has concentrated turpentine in it, I believe, from the pine tree. And this is exceptionally flammable, much more flammable than just regular dry tinder. And the other thing you're required to have is waterproof matches. Now, you're not allowed to use the waterproof matches for this demonstration. When you get your certification, you must use your magnesium fire starter. And if you have a more fancy one, that's okay. And you wouldn't be allowed to use the fat wood for your qualification either. Your qualification has to strictly be magnesium fire starter and cotton swabs. The purpose of the fireproof matches. The purpose of the waterproof matches is to have on hand in case of emergency, so that you know you can for sure get something going quickly. So let's get going on the actual fire starting part. Now we're going to pretend we are starting a fire on really wet ground. So I don't want to burn up my garage floor, so to imitate the wet ground, we'll take and pour some water in there. You can see there's a decent amount of standing water there. So what we will do now is we'll put down our base to be able to start the fire on without drowning out what we actually want to burn. So I'm going to do 2 fires here, show you 2 different methods. So there's that side. There's that side. Another small one. Yeah. So in the woods, if this was wet ground, unless you're actually in a swamp or river or lake, this water is going to evaporate, and it should evaporate during this video as well. So go ahead and put down your base. Gather up some of your small sticks, and you can either build what I call a log cabin, or you can build a teepee. So I'll show you both. So the log cabin, really simple. It's literally just building a log cabin out of sticks. That's kind of falling apart here. There we go. So you literally are just building like a little log cabin shaped box with the sticks. Now I'll put my tender down inside of there. All right, and then we'll take Vaseline cotton swabs. Put one of them down in there. Kind of want to spread these out. It really helps them to burn, and it spreads the heat out when you're starting the fire. So the next pile I'm doing is going to be the teepee. I don't know if I have enough long sticks here left to pull off a teepee. See what we can do here. This may not work. Okay. You know, if this was on the ground, I could probably push these sticks into the ground. Okay, so the teepee may not cooperate with me. I think everyone knows what a teepee is. You know, you're basically just putting the sticks up in a triangular manner. Let's see. All right, that's getting closer. Just keep piling them up, because you know heat rises. So as the stuff at the bottom burns, the stuff above it will get warmed up and be more ready to burn. Okay, there we go. And that just kind of shows you it doesn't have to be super perfect. Okay, now you need to leave an opening to be able to put your tender in the bottom here. Okay, hopefully that will stay up when I put my tender in. Nope, not going to stay up. Okay, there we go. And if you have to, you can use more than one cotton swab. I usually use 2 or 3, but I just want to use one today because this is in the garage and I'm not trying to really get a rip-roaring fire going. At the MHG meeting, you do need to boil a pot of water, canteen cup of water. So you'll need to keep that in mind, but for this demonstration, this is what we're going with. And one little hack I want to show you guys. You can take your magnesium bars and you take a small drill bit and you very gently push down just enough to get the bit to bite, and you can pre-make your magnesium ready to go, so you don't have to sit here and try to get magnesium on there when you're freezing your butt off. So what you would want to do though with these old school ones is take that and you're just trying to get some magnesium onto the cotton swab to give it a little extra spark when it's time to start your fire. And now this is the hard part, to get the fire started without knocking down your pile. What I usually do for that, I'll take a separate cotton swab off to the side like that. See, that's wet where I'm putting that too. And then I'll light that And then I'll use that to get the actual fire going where I want it. Should have gloves on right now, but there you go. So now you would want to continue to feed this until you get a nice bed of coals going. And then once you have your bed of coals going, that's when you want to break out your canteen cup and boil the water to be able to complete your MHG Fire Starting Certificate. If you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the links below, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. Thanks for watching. May the Republic stand strong. God bless America.